Big Z Reviews. The Lighthouse is an interesting new, dark fantasy drama, and is one of the few films that I would definitely not recommend seeing in theaters.
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
So this was directed and written by Robert Eggers. You know, he's one that did The Vivitch or The Witch. And this is only stars William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And, they're two lighthouse takers, what they call them. I think they call themselves wickies. They keep the wick going. So they're on this tiny island in the middle of nowhere, and they have to be there for 4 weeks alone with each other, with strangers. They haven't really met each other. He's the new assistant, and the other guy is the one that's been there for a long time, taking care of the lighthouse. And they have to keep it going. They have to keep it so people don't crash into the coastline or whatever. I think it's based on that, or filmed Nova Scotia. But I'm not sure exactly where it's supposed to be. They don't really say. They say it's far away. And the things go bad when, it's fine. It's, 4 weeks of it. There's some difficulties. It's not too bad. But then when a really long storm just keeps battering the island and they can't have a ship come and get them out of there, and they're trapped on this island, things go a little bit worse. And the biggest thing, I was looking forward to this film, and I knew going into it that, it was black and white and it had a weird aspect ratio, but I didn't anticipate how shitty it would look on the big screen. It's honestly probably the worst looking film I've ever seen on the big screen, and it looks like shit when it's only a tiny little box, and you have this giant screen. And maybe if I don't know if even the curtains will go over that far, but the curtains, they didn't have them over at all, and it looks like shit. I mean, it doesn't look good. You have this giant screen, and this picture is on this tiny little part of it, and it's I would have liked it more watching it on my laptop or on my TV. Even my TV might have been too big for it. It's funny because there's bits of this I like, but even as a whole too, it's a boring film. It's not too long. It's only an hour and 49 minutes, but it's only the two characters, and for a lot of it, they aren't talking with each other. They don't like each other, and then later on, they start getting drunk with each other, and that's more entertaining. But it's not much there to grasp a hold of. I mean, the acting is great, especially from William Dafoe. He's insane. But at the same time, it feels a little, it's a little circle jerky. It's the director's trying to create art, with a capital A, but then when he does it, there's no actual story. I mean, the story is two lighthouse keepers go crazy, and that's the story. That's literally the only story of the film. Then you say that there's a lot of mythos, a lot of myths and sea shanties and a lot of other stuff going around in it. And yeah, but I don't know. It's too, for a while, you see he's having dream sequences. He's Robert Pattinson's constantly masturbating to this doll of a mermaid, and he's then he starts he starts picturing her, or he starts finding her in real life, and starting having sex with her and stuff, and it's and it's really the fishy vagina bits, and it's interesting, but it's just whenever he starts having these hallucinations. Sometimes he's dreaming and other times he's not, and it's not really clear if he's actually hallucinating now, or if it's a dream sequence and now you jumped forward a bit and now he's doing his work that he has to do every day. It's not very clear, with the hallucinations. It's not clear, but it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be, they're slowly going insane and you're going along the journey with them. But I think too that, the story, you get the backstory of the characters, bits by bits. But like for William Dafoe, we really never actually get his backstory. I mean, he lies all the time, and that's the whole point. But you never really get a natural backstory. And with Robert Pattinson, you do get some backstory, but you still don't really know who this character is. Like, you only know something that he did. And I think if I'm going to spend like almost 2 hours just with two characters, I feel like I should know more about them. You know, the visuals, they are crazy and they're interesting. I feel like if I watched it at home and I could look at my phone or I could do something else to help me pass the time, like I think maybe I would have liked this movie more. Like just when I'm in the movie theater and this is all I have, that's my focus is just like, it's just not enough there, and especially when it's in this tiny little part of this big screen. I didn't like it. I mean, it has value. There's interesting stuff to it, but I would not recommend it. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. But thanks for watching. Just gotta replace in my head. It's guys doing a Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.